friends, in this center time video, you guys are going to be watching how to do the writing center for this week. Let's go see. Today's writing center is going to be with Miss Rachel. Let's see what she's going to do with you guys today.
Hi Jumpstart friends, welcome to the Writing Center for this week. I'm Miss Rachel, and this week I'm going to be helping you to write swamp stories. So stories that happen with our animal friends who live in swamps. If you remember the book that we read this week, Raccoon on His Own, the raccoons lived inside a swamp. Remember, an area that's outside with lots of water and mud and certain plants and animals. So let me show you some of the animals that we saw in the swamp in the book again. So remember, here's a picture of an actual raccoon. And remember, raccoons are a little bit smaller and they have lots of fur on the outside and cute little ears and dark circles by their eyes. But raccoons aren't the only animals in swamps. We also have animals like this alligator. Remember, there's a big alligator that lived in the water with scales, and they have pointy teeth. They can also go on land, but this one is outside in the outside of the water. You also have animals like snakes. Remember, the raccoon saw there's a snake draped on that tree branch. So snakes also live in swamps. You can also think about the crayfish or crawfish, which are these animals that look like small lobsters, usually red or brown color. They have these whiskers, the long, thin, long skinny parts sticking out from where their nose area would be, and they have special claws. And raccoons like to eat these for food. So you can think about the animals that I just showed you that live in the swamps, or think about other animals that we saw in the book, like birds or insects, or anything else you can remember. And then you should get a piece of paper or something to draw on, like I have here, and then something to draw with, like a marker, colored pencils, or pen to write with. And then think about what kind of story you want to tell with your animal friends from the swamp. So the story I want to tell is probably thinking about a snake. In my story, I want to write or draw about a snake that wants to swim. Some snakes can swim, but not all of them. So that's what I'm going to show in my story. But you guys can think about whatever type of story you want in the swamp with our animal friends that live in the swamps. So I'm going to show you how I draw my story. So remember, get your piece of paper. And then I'm going to start with drawing the background of the swamp. So remember, there's lots of trees in the swamp. So I'm going to use this brown marker to draw the trees, since trees usually have the brown trunks. And then usually the top parts are green. So I'm going to color this green section in on the top. See, here's the brown trunks and the green tops. And then since there's a snake that wants to learn how to swim, I'll draw the watery part of the swamp. So I'll use this blue color here to draw the water. And then snakes can be a lot of colors, but I'm going to use mine a red color because I like the color red, and some snakes are red. So I'm going to draw this long squiggly line to draw my snake. You can see here's my snake, and I'll draw an eye and a smiley face, and then some snakes have stripes, so I'm going to add lines for stripes on my snake. And then I can draw some more trees in the background. So remember, I can use brown for the trunks and then green for the top, but you can use whatever colors you want. So this is my swamp area. Okay, I will hold it up for you. Here's my swamp area and my snake. And then now I want to think about what else is going to happen in my story. Remember, my snake wants to learn how to swim. So I will draw the snake a little bit bigger. In my story, my snake will be sitting by the water, wanting to learn how to swim. But remember, not all snakes can swim, so he won't know if he can do it yet. So this is my snake's eye again in the stripes. And then you can see over here is the big watery part of the swamp, where the snake wants to swim. You can see here, the snake is looking in at the water. And then I want my snake to be happy. And not all snakes can swim, but this little snake will discover that he really can swim. So I'm going to draw the water again. And then inside the water is going to be my snakes swimming. See, here's the red for my snake again. And then I'll give my snake a big smiley face. See? Here, I will hold it up for you to see. My snake has a big smiley face because he's so happy that he's swimming in the water. I can draw some plants around the water because remember, swamps have lots of plants around them. So I'll use my green color since usually the plants are green. It can be lots of other colors too. So this is the color I'm going to use. So here are the plants that I drew around the water so we can remember that we're in the swamp. And then my snake is swimming. So this is my swamp story. See, we can see there's a bigger swamp with lots of trees and the snake that is sitting by the water. Then we can see over here my snake wants to go in the water. He doesn't know if he can swim yet. But in this one, you can see I drew the water again. The snake's inside and he's so happy that he can swim. So that's my swamp story. You guys can think of whatever other animals that you want in the swamps, and they can do anything you want. Sometimes maybe you could think about drawing the birds, like the mergansers that we saw, that are learning to fly or following their mother. Or you can think about the bugs that live in the swamp, flying around. You can make your story about whatever you want about the swamp animals. So I hope you guys have fun writing your swamp stories this week, and I will see you next time.